Good evening, it's Nick the Forester here. Coming with another video for y'all today. Sorry I did get one out earlier in the week or late last week. Had some things come up, some changes in plans. I want to shout out to Indiana Doug for subscribing. I haven't forgot about you, buddy. I'm waiting on some parts for that 710 and a 1010 body. I needed a bearing sleeve for the upper half of the 710 cylinder to put it on a 1010 oil pump or oil tank. Sorry, I'm waiting for that to come in, so I haven't forgot about you. It will be on the channel soon. Just waiting for parts to come in. To update on the last video, we working on the Pioneer farm saw. Y'all saw I did end up snapping that reed cage bolt off in the case. I tried welding a nut to it. I tried heat. I tried trying to shock it loose with heat and CRC freeze off, and I tried drilling it out. Well, none of those options worked. In the course of drilling it out, I will show you right here. I ended up tearing it further down. Took clutch, oil pump, flywheel, basically all the way down just to the bare cases and the piston and piston rod and crankshaft. I haven't pulled that off yet. But if you can see, try to show you here. When I was drilling that, I didn't realize there was a crack on that ear. Well, in the course of drilling it, it split off. So I am in the search of another case half, and I will finish tearing this down, and it'll get a full rebuild. So this project for now is on hold, but it will be back shortly as soon as I find another case half, clutch side case half. It will be getting ported, and it will be, y'all see it getting ported and put back together. But for now, we're gonna have to wait on this saw till I get another case half. I don't trust trying to JB weld that and smooth it back out, and I still was not able to get the bolt out even with drilling it through and trying to use easy out. It was corroded in there. So for now, this is gonna go up on the shelf. So, what will we be working on now? Well, I have a few options. I'd like to show you them. Just picked up this. Call it. Oh, there we go. 850. Needs a fair amount of work. Low on compression. Was told it had a scored cylinder. Needs AV mounts. Missing one here. One up at the front. Why you can't see it, it's cracked all the way through on both sides. It's not attached. And the one on the back is not attached. Other than that, it is a complete saw. Have verified that it has spark. So this one will be coming soon, but not quite yet. I do have a set of rings ordered for it if the cylinder's in good shape, and attempting to locate the anti-vibe mounts as we speak. Y'all saw this in the short. I picked this up the other week. It is actually not a 2100. This is, looking at the tag, it is a Husqvarna 285 CD. So that means it is the 2100, 2101, 1100's little brother. It's 85 cc's. This saw has spark, it's complete, and it has gobs of compression. Plans for this saw are I haven't decided if I want to go with a 2100 cylinder on it, porting the aftermarket 2100 cylinder, putting on it, or porting the factory 85cc cylinder on it, keeping it 85cc, or just leaving it alone. Tell me what y'all's thoughts are in the comments on what I should do with this saw. Like I said, I haven't really made up my mind on it. I'm looking to find a 4-out for it. I typically like 4-outs for all my saws, personal preference. But otherwise, complete saw in actually fairly good shape. So, and it runs. Currently right now it does run. So, I will show a video later on this saw running, but yeah, tell me what y'all think I should do in the comments. I'll be glad to get the feedback on what y'all's thoughts, and we may, if y'all want me to port it up as 85cc, I'll do that. If y'all want me to get an aftermarket 2100 cylinder, make it 99cc and pour it up that, I'm perfectly fine doing that. Or if y'all want me to leave it bone stock, just let me know. On to the topic of today's video. It is another McCulloch 510 DSP. But unlike our other one that had gobs of compression, this one has near none. That is with a spark plug in it. Oh, it was a little loose, but here. That's with no compression button pressed. I haven't torn this saw down. I got this as a part saw. That's the one I took the carburetor adapter off of and put on the other one that had good compression. So today's video, I'll be tearing this all down, all the way down to the block. We're going to see exactly what's wrong with this cylinder. If it's gone way past prime, then this may just be a part saw, or I'll wait and find another 70cc engine to put back in it. I'm not going to put a 54cc in it just to have another running saw. I have plenty of 54cc saws around here that do run, 54 and 57. So I'm looking to keep this one 70cc. I will probably be changing the handle, or the gas tank and handle, for a newer style, just so I can put a Walbro STC on it. Or I may end up making a adapter out of aluminum. I'm trying to find aluminum, short aluminum stock to experiment on. But for today, we're going to tear this guy down. So let's get started. I say that, and then I misplaced my screwdriver. Give me one moment. Now I'm still working on camera angles. As you see, I have a very short workbench here, and I haven't exactly found a good enough camera angle. I need a taller tripod to get us full view. I'm working on getting one of those now. That way we can have a little bit better picture on this. And I'm looking to get a GoPro. Let's see if we can move y'all out just a little bit further and see if that helps out any. No, not too much. Well, that's okay. Let's get down to the meat and potatoes of it. First screw is starting off strong. There we go. Go ahead and pull this off. The tank brace. That's it. I've had this off for quite a while. Honestly, when I got it, and it was low compression. I kind of set it off to the side. I said I'll get to it when I get to it. Do have a set of rings for it. Do not have a piston for it at this time, so I'm hoping that the piston's in fairly decent shape. Hoping that is the case. Oh, and to update y'all on the other 510. The carburetor adapter worked like a charm. No air leaks. That's all it does. Have the full wrap bar on it now. Well, I'll actually be pulling the full wrap back off of it and painting it and using bike grip tape on the handle just to help with some of the vibrations, because for some reason that saw is pretty heavy on vibrations. I've had some Macs that are smooth as glass, and that one is not one of them. But alright, so I pull the top cover off. It was just sitting on there. Got your basically spacer block between the fuel tank and the cylinder that fell out when I was taking out the adapter. Linkages for the bullfrog carb. So we have, got this guy next. Actually, let's go ahead and pull our top handle off. Let's make it a little easier to work with. Sorry, I just have an array of tools here from working on other stuff. So bet you're gonna be like a 10 mil. Yep. But that's my 10 mil there. 3/8. 3 SO. 7, 6, 10. Nope. It's gonna be a 10 mil, and I bet you I misplaced my 10 mil. That's okay. It's loose anyways. Why is it always the 2 millimeter that eluded itself? Whether it be, which I know this isn't 10 mil, but why is that the case? Whether it be socket or wrench, it seems to be the one that always ends up missing. I haven't figured it out. I was hoping somebody could explain it to me, because I have not figured it out yet. Turn this guy over. We'll do it from the front. She is a dirty old soul. Don't worry. Once again, I will clean it up. That one's being a little stubborn. Let's get the shorty out on it. Ooh, you are being stubborn. Hold on, I'm gonna grab my impact driver and we'll get that off. Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that. May get loud for 1 second. Hopefully not though. Oh, come on. Ooh, you're going. Be tough, I bet. Let's see, do you fit? Will fit. There we go. Grab that nut. Oh, come on. Nasty old thing. Like I said last time, I know some people clean up their saws beforehand. I like to see what I'm working with before I get all into that. What kind of... Huh. Somebody decided to use a Phillips on that side. I think this saw has been pulled apart and put back together multiple different times by multiple different folks, and it's just got whatever they had laying around. Let me go grab a adapter for my impact, and I'll be right back. There we go. That one will work. That one went in tight. I don't know if there was anything even holding that. Huh. That one was quite loose. Go ahead and finish pulling this guy off. Washer. Oh. There we go. Come on. Oh yeah, this one's got a couple different washers up underneath it. There we go. There we go. Should have probably started cleaning these off before I start tearing them down, but right now the only time I have to work on them is after work out here in the shop, and I do have neighbors very close by, and I typically don't get started on working till about 8:30 at night. So my neighbors would not appreciate me. They would probably not appreciate me cranking up saws in the middle of the night, or the air compressor. I say in the middle of the night. I live in a little bit older neighborhood, so to them it might be. That's off. Looks like we have both the Scott springs are holding in there pretty good. But typically these springs, they keep these paws toward your starter mechanism. I found on these saws typically are broken or so wore out they won't hold it to it anymore. But that one actually seems in good shape. Huh. I didn't notice that before. Alright, let's finish getting this guy off. Okay, that's loose. Go around to the flywheel. We have, of course, one. One that was a Phillips, one that's a flathead, so I'll just take that one off by hand if I can. Come on. Let's get under her hood and see what she looks like. I'm curious to know. Want to know why she lost compression. Why she ended up in the junkyard. This is actually where this all came from. Come from the junkyard. I saved it. I typically try to go once a week to the local junkyard. I've had some of the guys that say pull out the saws before they go through and let me take the first choice out of them. Pretty good folks. Pull that. Sorry, let me get this out of your way so y'all can see. Go ahead and pull that kill wire off. There we go. She should come right off. Oh, you're a goopy mess. Goopy, goopy, goopy. I'm curious. Huh. I'm wondering. Aha. Well, the intake side of the piston is clean. Ew, no. That'll do it. I don't think that's sealing anymore. Somehow go. I don't think this was sealing. Oh, we might actually have a winner here. That decompression valve, I don't believe it is seating. And I think it is actually broken. I'll add that to my parts list. Keep all this stuff together. We'll end up finding a box for it. Alright, let's take you off. I'm trying to remember. I thought there was just that. Yeah, there was. I was just being dumb. Ooh, we have been bad off for quite some time. Let's see what the exhaust side looks like. And that's encouraging. So we do have some scoring, it looks like, but very little. At least from what we can see on the intake side, I say on the intake side, see through the exhaust, there's very little on the actual piston. Let me wipe my finger off right here and wipe off some of this oil. No, the piston looks in great shape actually. I honestly think that compression valve is just not sealing. I don't think the springs were working right. They're supposed to be sealing it, or what? Hold on. Huh. It goes right up into it. No freaking way. Oh yeah. Let's see here. Sorry, I'm just playing around for a second. I don't think that was a go to sealing either. We might be able to save this old girl. She actually might come out alright. Let me go. I didn't realize I didn't dump the oil tank on this sucker. Let me dump the oil tank real quick and I'll be right back with y'all. And alright, I'm back. Next I'm going to take off the coil here. This one's running 2 flathead screws. Pull off the, oh man, should have done that before. Gotta pull off the condenser wire. That wasn't smart of me. So I can get it off here. There we go. Yeah, she playing nice. She's not playing mean at all. Put that aside. Here's my washer. Pull this guy off. There we go. Set it over here with the parts. I'm gonna go ahead and put those 2 back in. I have a pretty good idea where everything else fits in. I might go ahead and set put these back in just for safekeeping. We're gonna get all the way torn down to having the piston oil tank, and we're going, piston, crank, and the oil tank, and then we're going to take a look at the cylinder, and then that'll probably be my stopping point for the night. I want to get y'all's opinions on if this one is good, what we should do with it. Would y'all like to see it get ported up? Would y'all like to see me just slam it back together with a new set of rings? I'd like to know what y'all would like me to do with this saw. I said I have one good running 510 right now. I got a 700 and a 1010 body. If y'all like to see more of that saw, I could show y'all some more on that saw and what it took to get in the 1010 body. That one is a 700 cylinder, piston, crank, and oil tank. What I was talking about at the beginning of the video is I'm going to put a 710 cylinder, piston, crankshaft on a 1010 oil tank. The reason there's a problem there is the 700s and 710s used a sleeve over one of the bearings, so the bearing pocket in the 710 cylinder is a little bit bigger. I believe these are the same way, so I may be able to show you that when we get it fully torn down. Hold that. There we go. Oh, come on. Let's see. All right. So, typically what I like to do with these, wish I had my other screwdriver here. It's a little bit bigger, a little bit better to do with this. Take it like this. I don't know if I have a smaller hammer here with me or not, but well, we'll go from this side. Oh, come on. Alright, stick it up through there, put a little upward pressure on it, or actually we'll try this method first. Hold it up, tap on it. Occasionally she'll come off like that. You may have to give it a few good whacks. Go ahead and get that one just a little bit further down. It was a little bit higher than I'd like it to be. There we go. And you want to use a brass hammer for that. Right now mine is, unfortunately, God knows where. So just be easy with it. Typically you can get these to pop on and off. If I can't get it in just a second, I'll pause the video and I'll be back when I get it off. I think that did it. Yep. That popped her off. Oh, come on, socket. Do believe that got it. There we go. I said, few good little taps. I try to just tap it. I don't like to wail down on it, especially with a steel hammer. Brass hammer, brass is going to be, well, deformed before the end of your crankshaft does, and you have less chance of breaking off the crank. Alright, now let's get down to the points. Well, I'm going to latch onto here with some vice grips and take out this keyway first. Got my vice grips. This pair is about slap wore out, so excuse me if this takes a second. Back these off just a tap, just a titch. Typically I like taking a pair of vice grips. They're a little easier for me to get them out with if they ain't too stuck in there. This one will just maybe, let me get just a little bit harder on it, a little bit more of a bite on it. Nope. Oh, this wore out pair of vice grips. Come on now. I may end up having to punch it out with a screwdriver. Typically I can get these suckers to pop out with a pair of vice grips without damaging it. Let me see if I can do that. We'll try a couple more times, but I don't think we're gonna get that lucky here. Nope, we are not. So, next plan of action, preferably a punch. I've gotten away with using a screwdriver before. Take it, edge of your keyway, just tap it. Try to tap it out. Looks like she's coming just a little bit. It's been easier if I'd done this first. On now, you're about halfway out of there already. Don't be mean to me like that. Let's see if I can get these guys on it. Unfortunately, sometimes these keyways like this are going to be stuck in there pretty darn good. Just take your time. This one seems to be one of them that's just won't fight. I'll leave y'all running with me. I mean, it's worth it to see it. At least in my mind. I've gotten her to pop up some, but she just stuck like glue, I believe. There's no good way to get a grip with these suckers. I've had a few of these Macs fight me like this. They will come out. You just have to fool with them just right. See if I can. A whole lot easier if you can get a little bit of an angle on them. Help them come out. Do that side once. Flop her on around to your other side if you can. I don't know if I'll get that lucky on this sucker. For sake of this video getting too long, I'm gonna pause you now and then I'll be back when I get that off. And we're back. I believe it just took the right combination of cuss words to get it off. So I had to do that off camera, but it is off. I'll set it over here for the time being. And we will go ahead and get into these points. Wipe that off just a touch. Take the point cover off. This all did have good spark, so it will probably be receiving points again. Set that over there for the time being. Come on, there you go. Oh, you're clean as a whistle in here. All right, that's what I like to see. Let's go ahead and take off screw for the condenser. She'll play nice and come off with me. I'm probably going to leave it just attached to the base of the points. And I'll probably run the screw back in there just for safekeeping. Seems that one did not have a washer under it. That's surprising. Typically them have washers under it. Well, I hope y'all can see this. I'm sorry if it's just been my arm in y'all's way. I will bring y'all in when I get down to a cylinder, I promise. Alright, let's just lay that off for the time being. I'm going to bring y'all back in here, let y'all get a better look. I'm sorry about that, y'all. There we go. There we go. Much better, much better. So, here's the inside of your points box. Should be 2 screws. Go ahead and loosen both of them up. And actually should slide on out of there. That one I didn't get fully off. There we go. Should slide off as a, let's go. This should play nice with me. Let's see. Come on. Good thing I seen where them went, isn't it? You go back in there. Actually, we're gonna put them back in the cases, just because those are two that will get lost fairly easy. Say fairly easy, very easy, in fact. There ain't no reason for me to keep them out. I know where. I can tell you where they went, but it'd take me a minute probably when I'm putting this sucker back together. I hope y'all can. I hope this is good for somebody. I really do. I'm not trying to make it big on YouTube. I'm trying to just to help people. There have been a lot of folks starting to do videos on these Macs, and there's some models that are getting a lot of praise, a lot of attention. There's 700s, 710s, 850s, 125s, Super Pro 81s, and your 1010s. Well, I mean, this is a little less known model, and on Acres internet, the Acres chainsaw site, it shows it as 54cc saw, but in fact, these saws are 70cc. That's a little known fact, and for quite a while now, folks have not found them desirable, which I don't know why, other than the Bullfrog carb. If you can get past that hurdle, they're a pretty strong running saw. I mean, they're not quite a 700 in my opinion, but or a 710. I mean, 710 will whoop on a 700 any day of the week, but these are pretty stout saw. They deserve some respect as well. Enough of my blabbering. I apologize. Like I said, I just like these saws. They're darn good saws. They run good. Second, if you can get the Bullfrog carb working, these saws run like a mint. It's just getting them suckers to actually work. I haven't been able to do. No washer on that one. Same process, run it back down. Sometimes you just get these pop right off like that. I've had really good luck just getting them to pop off like that. If not, you can use the same principle as what I did with the flywheel. Just hold it up by the clutch, give it a couple whacks with a hammer, preferably brass. Let me stress that, preferably brass. But if you go easy with them, you're nice. You can get a what's called work just as well. Steel hammer. Pull that guy off. Should have a washer. Pull that sucker off. You got your needle bearing and another washer. Set them like that inside there. That one right there. Oh no, that one goes back on top. Set my clutch over here. Huh. Where is my key? Ha ha ha. The keyway stayed in the clutch. Since these are a right hand side start saw, these have keyway on both sides. This one decides to stay with the clutch. I'm going to go ahead and leave it in there. I'll just be able to make sure I get this line back out when I go putting it back together. Alright. Now we're on to the fun. Let's go ahead and bust this cylinder apart. Or this crankcase apart. Oh, where's my other screwdriver? There we go. Ooh, somebody over tighten that. Ooh, come on now. I'm just gonna go straight to the impact with it. I'm running a little short on time tonight, guys. I got a interview in the morning, but I want to get out. I've been wanting to do a video for the last week, or I say for the last week, over the weekend and most of this week, and I said I've been busy and I ain't had time to come out here. So I wanted to come out here tonight just to show y'all some things and put some more content out there. I just like being here. I just like showing folks what I'm doing and some tips and tricks that I learned, and just trying to, I just like saws. I just like working on saws and showing about saws. I mean, if you ain't doing it for that, then I don't know what you're doing it for. Ooh, buddy, come on. Come on. There we go. I may end up replacing that screw. If it's that tight, and that, yeah, somebody done ramrodded that one pretty good. See if we can get this oil tank pump to open up for us. Ooh, might be able to keep that gasket. Ooh, what? That is nasty. Let me take this. Granted, it's dirty rag, but ooh, boy. That is nasty. That's some of the nastiest stuff I've ever seen in my life. I've seen some nasty stuff now. That bar oil done turned into sludge. I kid you not. Take a look at that. Do you see the sludge? I ain't never seen bar oil do that. That just tells me this saw has not been running in quite some time. I'd be shocked if our oiler will work. I'm gonna have to take this oil pickup off and probably blow through it and see if it'll even. I bet it's clogged up solid. I'd be shocked if it weren't. I'm gonna turn this upside down, let the rest of this leak on out. I mean, the bar oil didn't look bad, but oh boy, if it weren't, that oil tank is nasty. Go ahead and throw this rag on down somewhere else and move some of this out of my way. Go ahead and stick that back on clutch so it don't, or clutch side crankshaft so it don't get damaged. Put that over there. Got guy on the back. We'll get another rag and keep cleaning that off a little bit. I don't mind using dirty rags for dirty jobs. That's right here is a dirty job. Ooh. Buddy. That, I mean, I have never seen that. This stuff literally, it's like gum. It looks like carbon. But alright, let's get down to the brass tacks up. Can't remember, are you my 1/4 inch? I doubt you are. No, you dang sure ain't. I gotta find my 1/4 inch for the crankcase bolts, the outer crankcase bolts, and then I'll find my, I believe it's 3/8 for the inner crank bolts. Let me grab those real quick and I'll be right back with you. Sorry, let me set that back out of the way. I'm sorry. These camera angles, I guess I've been awful at today. I hope this video helps somebody. Or y'all just enjoy it. I hope somebody enjoys it. I've enjoyed doing it. But let me go grab those real quick and I'll be right back with you. And we'll split this apart. Alright, we're back. Sorry about that. Ended up pulling the manual oiler off as well just so I could get to these with these outside 1/4 inch a little bit better. I try to typically break these loose first. Oh, come on. Oh, somebody done stripped you before. Oh, no. Oh, no. Don't you do that to me. unfortunately, folks. Yep, that sucker darn stripped out already. I knew somebody had been in here before, but I wasn't sure what they had all done. That's not good. That's not good. I'll keep it rolling for a second if I still can't get this sucker. No, no, no. Okay. I'm gonna have to come up with a different plan on that guy. That's not gonna work out. That's about as flat as I could get it. That's about as flat as pancake right there. Okay. Sorry about that. I'm not going to play with it much more. I'm going to go straight to trying to get it with vice grips. I want to show y'all what we look. I want to see what's inside. I want to show y'all what's inside. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and replace that anyways. Probably, especially this one. This one on all saws seems to be an issue. I couldn't tell you why. I just know it is. Come on now. Try it on this side. I believe these old vice grips are about gave up the ghost. Yeah. Ooh, that wasn't good. That's not good at all. Come on now. I just wanted to show these good folks a good video. Seems to always come down to something, don't it, folks? I mean, I don't know why, but I have the worst luck with these things. Some days, and some days they fall right apart, but it seems as soon as you turn that camera on, you're gonna run into some kind of issue. Like I said, I believe somebody's been in this guy before. I do believe. Usually them come off fairly easy. I don't understand why that one's been so bad for me. Let's see, can that even get on it now? We're gonna try, see if we can get just enough force on it with the impact. Nope. Thought we might have been able to. It does not look like we are. Nope, that just stripped her the rest away. I may have to come back in just a moment, folks. I'm sorry about this. I have never had this much trouble out of one. Especially out of these. There we go. Just had to find the right adapter. This one will not be going back in there. I'll say that for a fact. Go ahead and take it off. I'm gonna set it over here, out of the way. We'll go back to our paid programming. What do y'all think about that? I like that. And yes, I do know I could use a short well socket. Some reason my quarter inch drive short well socket has up and disappeared on me. It did that about probably 6 months ago, but I've been doing it with these for quite some time, and it seemed to work out fairly well. So I've never had one fight me like that one has, to be perfectly honest with you. But I do believe somebody's been in here before. Come on. Get that one the rest of the way out. Go. We will save that one. Turn it back. Turn her up on her head. Grab this guy. That one came off fairly easy as well. I should have that one pretty well off. Then you'll have one more 1/4 inch right under this bracket right here. Sometimes it's hard to get to it. Oh, there she is. She's just under some crud. There we go. It tried to slip on me twice, but we got it as I dropped the wrench. Kind of befuzzled this week. It's been a long week so far. It's Thursday night now. Like I said, it's been a long week already. But looking forward to a good weekend. Got some plans coming up. We'll probably be I will probably be cleaning up this saw and either porting it or putting it back together. Let me know what y'all would like to do in the comments on that. If y'all would like me to port it up, or if y'all would like me to leave it alone. Like I said, I've got two of these guys specifically. I got a 710 that'll be putting together up here shortly. And then I have a 700 that's already together. I'm probably going to leave the 710 and the 700 alone. Just because that's the only one of them cylinders I got. And I'd hate to do something to them that I didn't end up liking, and then that'd be the show, you know? That's really not what I want to do right now. If I come across some more of them, or additional cylinders, whether they're in better shape, I'll probably leave them stock and take the other ones in worse shape and port them. Or you never know. There we go. Typically I try to loosen up all these before I pull them all the way out. Just that way if I do have any trouble, I can stop and address it. That one's fairly loose. For this guy. That one's loose too. I really do need to get longer adapters down to 1/4 inch for my impact driver. I know it would shorten up these videos a lot, but sometimes I do like to do these by hand just so I have a feel for how they came apart. You do have less chance of breaking bolts off, unlike me in that last video. I was just itching for a problem on that one. That was just stupid on me. I knew it was too tight coming out, and I should have stopped right there and probably worked it back in a little bit and back out again just to see if it had some crud built up in the threads. But it was late. I make mistakes, and now I've learned from that mistake. I'll end up getting another case after that saw, and it will be going back together and probably going back cleaner than it was going to go back originally. So all in all, it works out. It works out. I do want to get y'all some running videos up here soon, maybe Saturday or Sunday. I may try to fire up a few of these saws. Heck, I'd say almost all of mine are runners. A couple that have been giving me a little bit of trouble. That Pioneer P50 I showed in the first video, it's got an air leak, I believe in the crank seals. Then I got a Pawpaw 61. Carburetor just needed to be rebuilt on it. Hasn't been running in quite some time. Got a couple 1010s that have some air leaks in them. One Pro 55 I got to do upper tank seal on the gas tank. It leaks a little bit of gas. It started doing that. That was my truck saw. It rode in the back of my truck for probably 3 years. Just cutting trees in the road or any kind of blow down when I was out. Now, I'm either out cruising timber or whatever it may be. Just gotta get where I need to go. Alright, I think them is loose enough that I can try to split this guy off here. I'm gonna lightly tap it. Do that. See, you're loose. May loosen these up, these other couple up. Just a couple more turns. I believe they are loose. And I hope to be getting a different camera. Hoping to get a GoPro up here soon. Right now I'm just using the iPhone, and my lighting's not the best, the camera's not the best. So just stick with me. Yeah, I'm gonna try to make the channel better. I'm still working on it. I wanna get this channel to be I don't want it to be big, I just want to show y'all better quality. There we go. He was stuck on there pretty good. Usually they'll just pull right on out. Oh, come on. It's got a ring stuck. Huh. It's the first time I've ever had one of the rings stick in it. Stick in one. Somebody put you in backwards. You have something stuck in your ring. Ew. Now that's interesting. Let's see if I can get this guy off. Seems to have something stuck in a ring. Let me see if I can. Yeah, she's showing enough. Rings catching. That's interesting. Now the rings are catching. Can't remember if these are pinned or not. I'm pretty sure on the 700s they were. For some reason she's wanting to catch. I don't understand that. I never had one of these catch like that. That's very odd to me. Yeah, sure enough, catching like glue, ain't she? What are you catching? Now that I do not understand. Let me see if I can get this ring to compress enough to, let me get this sucker back on out of here. Take my screwdriver, wipe it off. I've never had that happen. That's odd to me. There we go. I'll be, boys. She's pretty clean in there. And she does have different porting. Will have to say. She does have different porting. And probably went them couple bolts. Some of them will stay in there, some of them won't. Not quite sure if y'all be able to see that. Let's see. I don't have another flashlight on me. But she is clean. She is very, very clean. Honest to you, I believe that decomp was just not sealing. She is clean as a whistle in here. I mean, absolutely clean. I'll set you off to the side for now. As far as the piston, I don't know why that ring was catching. I've never had one do that to me, catching the exhaust port. I've honest to God never had that happen. Let's clean this, get some of this junk off this piston here. We're already gonna have to spray it all out, spray the bearings out. And we're gonna pull it all the way down. Cause she's fairly nasty inside. Let me see if I can get these guys to come on out. There we go. There we go. Now what's going on here? Part of the Sorry about that, folks. Something fell out and I ain't quite sure what it were. To be 100% honest with you, don't think it was any of the needle bearings, but that's sure enough what it looked like. It come out. Now, here I wanted to show you all why I'm having to wait on parts for that 710 build. See your needle bearing in there? The 70cc saws, they have a bigger bearing pocket in the cylinder. Sorry, cylinder back here. It's got a much bigger bearing pocket right here. Sorry, so y'all can see. Than a typical 1010. Here, I have that 1010, what's it called, sitting over here right now. Let me set this in a clean rag for now. We'll clean that up later. Here's your typical 1010 oil cap. See on the PTO side, this won't fit. It's the exact same bearing. All it does is it has a sleeve on it. I've got a couple of these sleeves on order. What I'm gonna do to make it work, or I believe will work, instead of trying to machine this out, which I may end up doing that anyways if this doesn't work. I do have another 710 oil tank. I'm just trying to see for those that are missing an oil tank for a 710 or 700 or 510 or 610, whatever 70cc saw. If y'all need an oil tank, this may be a possibility for y'all to get your 70cc saws back up and running without waiting on one of those to pop up. So I'm gonna take one of these sleeves, cut it in half, and use it on the cylinder side where the bearing pocket's bigger, and then have the roller bearing, the lower half, regular roller bearing, fit down in here with a seal. And the seal should fit in this half and then the top half of this sleeve, and that should work. I'm gonna use some Loctite on the sleeve, between the sleeve and the cylinder half, and then probably the sleeve and the needle bearing. I'm gonna use some Loctite. It's not your typical Loctite. It's for between two surfaces. It's not a like a bolt. Sorry, I'm losing my words here. It's not a bolt thread locker, but more of a surface locker. And it'll bond two surfaces together. And that should keep it from having any air leaks or whatever else. Set this back on in here. There we go. For seals on this, that side feels good. That side feels even better. Oh, I have to clean up this oil tank. She, like I said, she's nasty. I'm gonna leave it on there to dry to finish leaking out overnight. Actually, I'll put this one down as well. I'll just double it up right there. Let that sit right there. I'll clean up. I do have a new set of rings for this saw. Honestly, I'm gonna check their end ring gap of those rings in that cylinder, and then check a new set. And if those are within a couple thousandths of the new ones, I may just end up rolling with those and getting a new decompression valve for this saw, because it seemed like the decompression valve is what was leaking on it. Granted, I wanted to tear it down all the way down just for my own confidence in its build. Like I said, I know somebody's been in it before because of mismatched screws and whatnot, and the type of sealer they used on these halves. It's not the factory max sealer. So that'll probably wrap it up for this episode, or this video, not episode. This isn't a TV show. I wouldn't want it to be a TV show. I ain't a TV star, but. Here, I'm getting in front of that light. But let me know what y'all want me to do with this saw. Would y'all want me to port it? Leave it stock? I am going to do the fuel line barb on this saw, and I'll show y'all that in the next video. Show y'all how I do that. I think I've showed y'all in another video, but if not, we'll do it on this next video, this next half. If y'all want me to port it, I'll show the port work I do on these saws. Seems to help. I mean, it's no bellhopper Jeremy. It's no Jeremy porting. It's no Tin Man porting, but it's a fairly hot port. I mean, I'm fairly new at porting. I've been only porting for probably a year or so. A handful of saws, mainly newer saws. These older Macs, I'm still trying to learn tips and tricks on porting on these saws, but I've got a fairly good recipe that I've used, and I'll be happy to share that with you. Honestly, I only run numbers on these 70cc saws as far as intake, because the way Max did these intakes, you really can't go any more with them, because they primarily focused on the width more than the height. So if you go too much more on the height, then it'll actually end up running a little bit worse. I've run into that one. I've seen similar results from other folks. Mainly what I do is open up the exhaust, raise the exhaust maybe 10 thou. And then open up the lower transfers a little bit, and actually radius these pistons on the inside, because that's where your flow through your transfers is coming up through your piston. So if you can smoothen that actually adds a little bit of power, and just widen your lower transfers just a touch, or not so much. Okay, take me back. Don't widen. Open them up a little bit as far as in the actual transfer. I don't widen them very much, maybe just a smidge, but I'll show y'all that. And then I'll show you it running next to a stock 510 70cc saw or 70cc saw. If that's the route y'all think I should take. I'm gonna leave it completely up to y'all on what I end up doing this saw. I hope y'all let me know what to do in the comments. I'll probably maybe have another video on this saw later this weekend. If I get enough comments, kind of get a general consensus. If not, then I'll probably throw this all back together with a better decomp, and then I'll show a video running later. We'll try once again to get that Bullfrog Mac Bullfrog carb working. I'll try it on this saw. If it doesn't end up working, then I have a different upper tank half for a that'll accept a Marlboro STC or a Tillotson HS carb, or I may keep it the old Bullfrog mount and make another, or I'll make an adapter. Seeing how that one's made, I'm fairly confident I can make one very similar, so I may end up going that route. And then tell me what y'all want. Tell me what y'all want to see next. I showed y'all what I'm thinking of possibly putting up on the bench next, but I mean, I have some more saws. Like I said, the Pioneer video, or Pioneer, may be set back for a couple weeks until I can find a different case half. I have a Husqvarna 61 I gotta pull apart that is already ported. I'll show y'all what port work I did on that. That's actually a closed port 61 with a 61 case crankshaft, but it's got a Johnsford 630 piston and cylinder on it, which closed port versus open port. I like the closed ports better. They typically make a little bit more power in my experience. I've got Homelite 410 I could throw up and port, or just pull apart and show some different things on them. I could get into that Mac 850, McCulloch 850. I could get in on that saw and tear it apart and rebuild it, see what shape the cylinder is on that one. Or heck, I've got more McCullochs I could work into. Like I said, as soon as that bearing sleeve comes in for the 710, then Indiana Doug, I'll be working on that saw. That one will be coming up front to the line, coming to the front of the line, and we'll see if my deal works. If it doesn't work, then I do have a 710 oil tank that I will put on there, and we will still put it in a right hand start 1010 body. But thank y'all for watching. Thanks for listening to me rambling if you made it this far, and I hope y'all have a great night and a great weekend. I'll see y'all soon. Thank y'all.